Hey family, you're tuned in to WDRBmedia, the voice of the community. Family, we are here on location with Joseph B. Pridgen himself, standing right next to me on the red carpet, looking sharp. He just got finished getting off the microphone, talking about marriage, talking about relationships, has this absolutely wonderful book out, Stay Married or Stay Single, a biblical guide to marriage and relationships. It look a little bit something like this. If you're looking at it visually, this is what it looked like. Anything else is an imitation. So you need to make sure that you get this book as a part of your library. Joseph B. Pridgen, Stay Married or Stay Single, if you're just listening to us through the radio. We just had a wonderful experience. You had the mic for over an hour, and you were talking about relationships and marriage and what folk need to do, and giving some really practical advice. These days, how important is it for people really to get practical information as it relates to marriage and relationships?
Oh, it's extremely important. And I just focused on, I posted on Facebook rather that I asked a question, how many people, or what are you getting, what are you being taught about romantic relationships from your church? And the overwhelming response that I got was nothing. What are you being taught? So we know Steve Harvey out there got his opinion. We know every barbershop, every beauty salon. I heard one lady at my church say that her grandmother told her the best way to get over a man is to get under another one.
Ooh, Lord.
So we're getting advice from all different types of sources. But the question is, why is it that the church is so silent? We say, husbands love your wives. Wives submit to your husband. That's it. How? What am I supposed to do? And one of the chapters in my book is talking about Paul McCartney's quote, "All you need is love," and I contrast it with Tina Turner's quote, "What's love got to do with it?" And the startling reality is that people that love each other get divorced every day.
That's right.
People that absolutely are head over heels in love with each other do not have the tools to make their relationship work. So we need practical information. We need, how do I deal with conflict resolution? How do I deal with my issues? How do I deal with transference? Is it really her issue, or is it my issue that I'm projecting onto her? So many things that my book talks about, but obviously we can't cover it all in one book. So I do ask people to, get in touch with me. We could do one-on-one sessions as well.
Now, in your book, does it give some practical stuff that we're men, that men can utilize to fix her? There's something wrong with her over there. And, when I met her, she was cool and everything. We were dating. Right. She had her hair all did, and had the color contacts in, and, she wasn't wearing the gold grill then.
Right.
But after I said I do, she's flipped it on me. And I was like, God change her. Right. So is that our prayer? To have God change her?
It's definitely not God.
Something else?
Here's the thing. But it's funny that you do mention that because I actually have a section in my book entitled, "Are You a Lemon?" And the question of that is, if you go to a Benz dealership and you get you a nice S-Class Benz and you drive and test drive and riding smooth like butter, smooth as silk, and you say, I'm not even going to buy it today. I'm going to come back tomorrow and test drive it again, and test driving smooth like butter, like silk. And then when you buy it, you spend $108,000 to get that thing home and start sputtering and smoking and doing all this, you're going to feel angry. You're going to feel betrayed. You're going to feel abused. You're going to feel misused and tricked. And that's the same way. And you're going to feel like, what can I do to take this car back? So that's the same way people feel in relationships when people start off one way and then switch and do something else.
Bring her back home to her mama.
Return her.
Exactly. Return her. Take her back.
In North Carolina, we have a lemon law that says that you can actually return something if somebody. So a lot of times people feel taken advantage of. There are some people, they say you need to take your girl swimming before you marry her, because sometimes she can come out the water looking like something totally different than she was when she went back in. But the point is, all of us have a representative. And I talk about this a lot in my book. I talk about it heavy. When you go on a date, you're not really dating the real person. You're dating the representative. The representative don't ever fart. They don't never burp. They always smell nice. They don't never have no morning breath. They don't never have no curlers in their hair, don't wear their bonnet. All these, that's not real.
Yes.
It's not real. So if you marry somebody before getting to know the real them, you're setting yourself up for a world of hurt. So again, it's not about us trying to fix people, but it is about us not being used car salesmen.
Yes.
Not trying to hide things until after we say I do. Because
being catfished.
Being catfished, literally.
Yeah.
I thought I was dating somebody who loved. I have friends whose girlfriends or fiancés at the time said, when we get married, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. As soon as they said I do. And I had a lady at my church who said, who asked my wife after we got married, she was in the middle of grad school and was going back to grad school. She said, baby, why are you still going to school? You done got you a man. Girl, Joey, don't sit on the couch and take it easy. She literally told my wife, stop trying to do something with your life. Stop trying to go to school and get your master's degree in sociology. So you just sit on the couch and let him take care of you. So this is the mentality.
you brought something up now. So they say all these things that we're gonna do and we're gonna have and we're gonna this and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Should that be put in writing or something? Should somebody sign that, get it notarized, bring it before the judge and say I say I do because she signed this and she gonna do all these things and I'm gonna do all these. Should something be in writing? Or
well, here's the thing.
Just go with the flow.
As a flawed human being. If I'm going to be a flawed human being and I'm going to marry a flawed human being, the only way that's going to really work is with Christ. Nobody's going to be perfect. So at the end of the day, once I say I do, I say for better or worse. Once I say I do, I say for better or worse. So this person's going to have some challenges and they may not win against all of their challenges. And what they knew, one thing I watched a movie called Fireproof, and it says you never leave your partner, especially in a fire. When they're going through hell in their lives, when they're going through a traumatic experience, when they're losing themselves, that's not the time for you to attack them.
Wow.
That's not the time for you to jump ship and say, hey, they're being dysfunctional. Yeah, they're being dysfunctional. It's real. They're having problems. That's the time when their spouse should cover them in prayer. That's the time when their spouse should step up to the plate. Now, again, if you don't feel like you can handle that, the title of the marriage is Stay Married or Stay Single.
Exactly.
So if you're not signing up for an unconditional commitment, do us all a favor. Don't get married.
I need you to give some advice to somebody.
Okay.
Real story. I know them. Happened this week. Tragic. A woman was diagnosed with breast cancer. Just found out. I don't know what stage she's at or whatever, but she's going in for treatment, I believe, next week.
Okay.
Same week, this week, ISIS came. She's Hispanic Latino.
Oh, okay.
She hired a lot of them to be able to help her in her business, employing people. Now, I don't know what background checks or anything that needs to be done in that regard, but apparently somebody done told Popo or something, and they came with the paddy wagon and scooped them all up.
Oh, wow.
So all of her employees gone.
Wow.
So her business, just her now, this week, diagnosed with breast cancer. Wow. This week, came home, shared all of this with her husband, hoping that there would be some love and some support and things of that nature. He in turn said, bye-bye. She said, why? He said, because I got another woman pregnant.
Okay.
Strike one, strike two, strike three.
Okay.
What advice do you have for her?
Well, first of all, is this a believer? Is this somebody who's a...
Yes.
So
Yes.
The first thing is that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Those scriptures don't mean anything in good times. They only mean something in bad. I would have fainted. I would have given up unless I would have believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Faith ain't faith until it's faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's the evidence of things not seen. So if your faith only works when circumstances line up, then that's not faith. Faith is when when everything in your life is saying it's not going to work. That's when I need faith. When everything in my life is saying give up and do something else, that's when I need faith. See, people got it twisted. They think marriage ought to be easy. They think I'm not supposed to have any challenges. But the Bible says, scripture we quote all the time and completely ignore, goes in one ear and out the other, to whom much is given, much is required. So must Jesus bear the cross alone and all the world go free? No, there's a cross for everyone and there's a cross for me. That's an old Baptist hymn.
Exactly. I don't know.
So another way.
Some crosses I lead somebody else to carry.
Well, here's
Thank
the
you,
thing.
Jesus.
We have to, the word is unconditional. We live in an upgrade society. And none of us right now have the same cell phone we had 10 years ago. We don't have the same this or the same that. The computers. The concept is we use something as long as it serves us. And then when we don't feel like it's serving us, we give up on it. We get rid of it and we try something else. Marriage isn't supposed to be like that. When I say for better or worse, sickness and health, till death do us part, I don't know, God's stupid. He actually thinks that you mean till death do us part. For better. So worse is he went out there and did something stupid. Worse is I got a breast cancer diagnosis. Worse is people with ICE came in and stole all my workers. But I said for better or worse. Nobody's arguing it's not worse. But when I say for better or worse, that's what I mean. So unconditional love, and the way I tell people is this, you have my permission, Joseph Pridgen, you have my permission to give up on them as soon as Jesus Christ stops giving up on you.
Family, stay married or stay single. Joseph B. Pridgen. Be sure to get the book. How can they get the book?
They can get the book on my website, Joseph Pridgen, www.josephpridgen.com, or you can call me. My number is 919-798-0273. Ain't that right? 0273, yes. I don't know my own number. You can give me a call. I can get you set up with it. But it's on the website. It's there for you now. So we're excited for you to go out and get the book. It's blessing people already.
Family, get it. Make it a part of your library. It is a wonderful read. And all you're getting, get some understanding.
Amen.
There's some practical guide and principles within the book. You need to have it.